like guns, I like the way they look. I like the shiny steel and the polished wood. I don't care if they're big or small, if they're for sale, hell, I want them all. I like guns, I like guns, I like guns. Well, I really like 22 mag, 45 lever with the Winchester tag. I like my double barrel, had it most of my life.
Hello there, YouTube again today. This is Sunday, 4/15/2018, and this is going to be my PR to David, say it right here, DAVID35445, and this is for his 100th sub giveaway. He's hit 100. He's actually at I think almost close to 150 subs so far, as I just checked a little bit ago. But I'm doing his PR for him. Question that he asked today was, what is our passion other than the YouTube Fight Club and our smoking and that type of stuff? What other passion? We got to have other passions out there that we like and that we love. But before I get into that real quick, because I want to make this, here I go saying I want to make this short, but I am going to try to get it as short as I can. First things first, this is my Duncan Duke, my 302 Mr. Brock, brand spanking new one. It's not the one I just received the other day that I did a VR on. This is one I just got, or I should say I've had it for a while. Never have had a bowl of anything through it yet. Today is going to be my inaugural smoke of this, and I'm going to be smoking John Cotton's number 3. It is a true English brand that a gentleman turned me on and sent it to me. His name is Pipe Cat. We all know who he is. And I still say thank you again, Pipe Cat. I love this stuff. It is one of my top 5 flavors besides Frogmorton. We all know I love the hell out of Frogmorton, and I love my aromatics, don't get me wrong. And Frogmorton's a crossover. It's a whiskey cask, aromatic, English mixed type tobacco. But let's get back to where I'm supposed to be. I'm going to light this while I'm talking about my passion. I do have a passion other than this that I've had since I was a small child. A very, 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 very big passion. And it comes with, if you look in the background and you see, I'm pointing my finger at it, right up there in the corner where the door is supposed to be shut, you can see a firearm sitting there. Okay? That's just one firearm. I own, and I'm not saying this to get people that don't like firearms to get mad at me or anything. It's your own personal preference. But I was raised with firearms. I was raised with hunting to feed my family. I was raised for self-protection, self-preservation. Firearms is a part of it. If correctly taught to the young people as they're really young in life, in a young child, and the respect of firearms as not a toy, as a tool, because the firearm in itself is not dangerous. Where the firearm becomes dangerous is the person that picks it up and uses it. That's where it becomes dangerous. Okay, so all this that's been going on around the world in the schools and things, and people saying, oh, we need to get rid of firearms, we need to get rid of firearms. No, we need better education at a very, very, very young age. How to teach people respect of firearms and how to use them correctly. Yeah, we're going to have our people out there that are going to, no matter what, we're going to use them wrong. But with respect, that belongs to somebody else. That's not mine. Or safety. Learn safety. Safety should be taught at home from the very word go on a firearm and how to use them. So my passion is with firearms is I love the shooting sports. Okay, I love to go out and do proficiency shooting, So I also correlate that with proficiency hand loading. Building a handgun or a rifle into a tack driving piece of machinery. That we can put it out there at a given distance and shoot a pattern below a certain size. And we always say below 1 inch. I always say I do mine, and I'm saying this not just bragging, is my passion is if I can get everything below a quarter size pattern on a piece of paper as close as you can to the bullseye. I've got several of them that are a dimes pattern or smaller, and I own a lot of firearms, folks. I'm saying that not to scare people or tell people that my house, but I do own a lot of them, and all of them shoot very, very accurately. But let me put this into perspective real quick. Firearms is only as accurate as the person is and how well they train and how well they take care of their firearm. The better that you take care of your firearm, the more accurate your firearm is going to stay. And what I mean also by precision hand loading of all of your ammo, fitting the ammo to the gun, loading the ammo to what the gun likes to shoot, and the best pattern that you can get out of loading it, your bullet seating depth, the type of powder, the amount of powder, the floating, the bedding of the receivers, the floating of the barrels, all that stuff goes hand in hand. I wish I had some targets here to show you how accurate I can be on a given day. I'm not always accurate. Please don't get me wrong. There's days I can hit the barn. There's days I can't hit the barn. But let's say I can shoot very, very well. And that's not bragging. That is just a fact. Because I take pride in that. And I love taking firearms, working on them. I'm a poor man's gunsmith guy that cleans them up, floats the barrels, bed the receivers, make sure all the screws are torqued at the right torque, and a good quality scope is put on them, and take them out, and load the ammo to the right powder, to the right bullet weight, to the right primers in them, to the right seating of the tension on the necks, turning the necks. I can keep going. There's all kinds of things you can do to make a firearm accurate. So I like to get them as accurate as I can. Now here's the final reason. While I'm lighting my pipe, please let me get this lit, because this is my inaugural smoke of this. John Cotton's number 3, an English blend. Pipe Cat turned me onto it. I love it. So thank you again, Pipe Cat. And I didn't do a half bowl or a quarter bowl or anything like that. I'm going to smoke this as a regular pipe. I'm just not going to just chooch on it real hard. I'll just lightly smoke through this bowl. This is an inch and a, I mean 2.25 inch bowl, almost a 2-inch bowl. So they are a deep bowl, and that is a crap load of tobacco in this pipe. So and this is a filtered pipe. It's got the 9s in it, the 9-inch, or I guess they call them 9s or whatever, the larger filters in it anyway. And it is a Mr. Brock's filter system. But going back to my passion, like the question was asked, since I got this lit, is that the passion is with all of this is the more accurate I can make a firearm from the word go. If I set it up in a gun vise where it's held in place and you just barely pull on the trigger, because I do the trigger sets on them too, to where when you pull that trigger, you're not having any effect on the gun. The gun is just doing what it's supposed to be doing. And then on paper, you get it sighted in correctly to where you get the tightest pattern as you possibly can get. And like I said, for my personal preference and opinion, if you know what the size of a quarter is or less, like I said, I've got several of my firearms that are a dimes pattern or less. So we all strive to get that one hole pattern with our firearms, handguns or rifles. We try to get that one hole, but that's kind of impossible. And we understand that people that do shoot understand that, no, you're not always going to get that one hole shot. But with that being said, the more accurate you can make the firearm up front, the more accurate that it makes the shooter in itself. Makes me a better shooter when I can get the gun shooter to shoot more accurately and more tighter of a pattern at a given distance. I'm not one of those people that likes to shoot at 1,000 yards or long or further all the time. No, I'm one of those guys because I'm a flatlander, and with my medical conditions, I have to shoot at 100 yards to 500 yards. I try to keep it less than 500 yards if all possible, because I can't walk too far. I can't drag a poor animal back so many yards and then so many miles back to a vehicle to load it up and all that stuff. Okay, my physical capabilities will not let me. So I have to do it in the shortest distance that I can. So I make them as accurate as I possibly can. So I am accurate as I possibly can. That's my passion, to make firearms the most accurate firearm that I can. And like I said, every one of mine, with the exception maybe of one, maybe two, out of the crap load that I have in firearms, I make them as accurate as possible. So if I shoot at 300 yards, that animal's going down now. I don't have to chase him all day long or have to go back and try to find him, because I'm an ethical shooter. Okay, I want one shot, one kill. Now let's do one other thing here with my passion with the firearms, in my reloading and my shooting. Here's my philosophy, and I stand on this, and I'll go to my grave with this philosophy. If you cannot do any of this safely, please don't do it at all. And I am a stickler on that. If you cannot reload or shoot a firearm safely, carry a firearm safely, put a firearm in a vehicle safely, and transport it safely, then don't do it at all. You don't need to be out there. You're the scary people that scare me. Everything that I do around firearms has to be 100% safe, or I'm not doing it. I'm talking about my reloading process that I do to reload the ammo to be able to shoot the firearm, because I don't buy factory rounds unless I'm just buying it so I can get the brass, because for whatever reason the brass for that particular firearm is hard to get. Otherwise, I hand load everything. I hand load it for accuracy. So that's my passion that David was asking. What is my other passion than just smoking a pipe? And yes, I knew it would be out, but I've been talking. That's what I'm saying. Firearms are a fun sport if done correctly and done safely, folks. With all the political stuff out of the way out of it, in its actuality, the firearm can't do anything to anybody unless there's something behind it that's controlling that firearm, like a human being. That's where they need to take care of the issues out there, is the person, not the firearm in itself. It's the person. And I'll stand on that. If you disagree with me, I'm sorry, but that's my passion. That's my feeling. So firearms to me are a fun sport. That's what I used to do for a living, is sell firearms until I was medically retired. Firearms were my passion. I know firearms inside and out. I don't know everything about them, please. Please, I don't know everything about them or everything about the industry. But I learn stuff daily. Even though I'm still not selling them and working on them as much as I used to, or shooting them as much as I used to, I get out there as much as I can. I still learn every day off this internet by reading by asking people that are in the business, that know the business. I mean, the people that are educated in the business, not the fly-by-nights that are just trying to sell you a product or bullshit you, let's say. I learn from those people. I learn from gunsmiths and people that do it for a living. I learn from them so I can help myself, better myself to do this more correctly and safely. That's my passion. Firearms and the shooting sports is my passion, other than this stuff right here. Okay, so I hope that answers your question and gives you what my opinion is. And I thank you for giving me a chance to be in your 100 sub drawing. And congratulations on your 100 subs. And you're way past that now, I know. But congratulations. And we'll still keep sending you people. I love your leather work. I'd like to get some of your leather work. That's the reason why I'm in this garage, because I can't afford to buy some of your leather work as of yet. But maybe I might win some of it. And I would appreciate that, because I've seen some of your leather work personally from other people, like I said. And I think it's beautiful, beautiful work. And continue doing the work. I think you do a great job for this community, and keep the craft going. I appreciate it. So everybody support David. Please support him. Like I said, DAVID35445 is his channel. So support him. Go check him out. If you haven't subscribed to him, please do. He's a great guy. He does some of the nicest leather work you want to see out there. And I hope that does your VR for my passion. And like I said, my passion is firearms in general. Handguns, rifles, you name it. Firearm sports and hunting. Let me throw that in there. Because of the firearm sports, the hunting part of it and proficiency shooting part of the firearms is my passion. So I hope that covers everything, and I thank you very much, and I'll get off here, and thank you.
Well, I like guns, I like the way they look. I like the shiny steel and the polished wood. I don't care if they're big or small, if they're for sale, hell, I want them all. I like guns, I like guns, I like guns. Well, I really like 22 now, 45 lever with the Winchester.